10.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Sudith, and this will be episode 1 of my Dark Souls Let's Play slash guide tutorial, kind of. I've played through this game probably dozens of times now, but I'm going to do my best to do a playthrough showing how it is that I go through a game and create a character that can be viable in like current meta, maybe a month before Elden Ring comes out now. The idea I have for this character is probably a strength build. I would imagine that strength builds are more approachable than dex builds since they require less rolling and usually allow for more blocking and hyper armor and whatnot. So right here we're just watching the intro cutscene. Here in a moment I'll be quiet and let them give the introduction to the four lords, because I actually like these guys. I think they're a bit cooler than the Dark Souls 1 four lords, but I'm not really set in stone on that one.
When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep.
When it comes to the four lords for Dark Souls 3, I think Yorm has got to be my favorite. And if our build is looking good when Yorm comes around, we'll do him with no Storm Ruler.
Undead Legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profane.
When I first saw the trailer for Dark Souls 3, and I saw Yorm, I got so hyped, dude. I could hardly wait to fight this guy. I'd say his fight is a little underwhelming, but we can make something semi-cool out of it. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and name this character Sudith Let's Play so I don't forget and delete it. I'm playing on PS5, so when I'm typing stuff a lot of the time you won't be able to see it. Now, I'm going to start as Warrior. I recommend new players start as any of these first three classes, and then also Assassin is quite good. But since we're doing Strength, we're going to go with Warrior. And I also recommend new players take the Life Ring. And for appearance, we'll just load up a favorite here. Alright, let's get started. So, I am limited by not being allowed to upload videos that are too long, so each part here should be within 15 minutes. I'll try my best to get as many things done as possible in 15 minutes without speedrunning and blitzing you guys through everything. So the first thing we're going to do here is just clear out that hotbar because we're going to be using it later. We'll hit this guy for 112. Alright. If we run back here, we can get a Nameless Soul, which is 50 extra souls. Or actually, this is Deserted Corpse in this game, yeah. So, Deserted Corpse, still 50 souls. We're going to hang on to all those soul consumables until later. You never know when you're going to need them. So, for the build for this playthrough, I used a random number generator to select one of the 181 weapons, and I got the War Pick. I'll be telling you all weapons that I think are good, and probably more optimal than the War Pick, but I like to try new stuff since I've played this game so many times. Alright, over there to the right, there's a path with a Ravenous Crystal Lizard. We're going to come back once we get the Silver Serpent Ring, though, because we're going to want more than 4,000 souls from that. I'm going to try to get as many souls as I can, as efficiently as I can, because I tend to be really underleveled, and if it's a guide, that probably won't be similar to how you guys are playing it, if you're first time. So we're going to grab this bonfire, but we're not going to rest, because we will come back for that lizard later. We're going to hit this guy. If you slide down that cliff like that, you shouldn't take any damage. Now we're going to run down here and grab these fire bombs, because we're going to trade them with the crows later. Ooh. I might actually... No, we're fine. I can't remember the last time I got shot by that guy. That's okay, though. We'll run around this dude like it's nothing. We probably don't need any of this Estus for Gundyr, so we're just going to go to the boss fight anyways. You'll see I unequipped my shield because I don't believe you're able to parry with the Iron Round shield. I would like to parry Gundyr. So for this Titanite shard, if you just jump at the center of that tree, you'll land up here pretty much every time. Alright. That was a plunging attack. You just press R1 while falling. We're gonna backstab this guy for 24 souls. We're gonna get that off our hotbar. I won't be using Ashen Estus during this playthrough at all, because the only way we're gonna be burning FP is through weapon arts like this. So that's Warcry. I'm gonna pull the sword out now. I should get probably 4 swings on Gundyr before he gets up. Then the plan is to parry him twice. Alright, so there's 4. Alright, 1 parry. 1 more and he should be in phase 2. Now, if you're new to this game, I would recommend just attempting to parry Gundyr. Even if you die a lot, it's not like the souls you're gaining within the graves are that many. I would recommend saving the lizard. Alright, so we're going to Warcry in between his phases. Hope he jumps. He is. Now for that, I just wait for his little tail at the back to start moving. That's how I know to roll into him. If you stay on him like that the whole time, most of the time he's going to jump after he transforms, so. That's Unix Gundyr dead, and we're going to head on to Firelink Shrine. There's a couple things we're going to do in Firelink Shrine. Namely, I'm going to pull that shield back out because we're going to attempt to cheese the Swordmaster, who's an NPC up here. So, when you come out of this door, don't bother grabbing that item. It's just a broken straight sword. It's not even worth the souls that it would take for you to sell it. Alright, so we're going to grab this Homeward Bone, though. It's always nice to have some of these. We're going to come around here, just run straight up to Firelink. Then we're going to do what's called the tree skip, and start trading those things I grabbed earlier, and that Homeward Bone I just grabbed with the crows on top. And that's how we'll get the ring that'll give us more souls for everything we do. So I like to save the Lizard, the Shield Master, and for sure the first Mimic in High Wall until after I've grabbed this ring. Because it'll grant you 10% more souls. And that life ring we took at the start should give you about 7.5% more HP. Oh, that's alright. So the way you want to do this tree jump is you want to run directly at the tree, and then once you can't run up anymore, just turn to the right and press jump. Yep, like that. Then you should be up here no problem. Now, it won't let you on the very top to gain access to the tower or anything, but this is good at the start. We're going to trade a Firebomb and a Homeward Bone with these crows, and then we'll get a large Titanite Shard, an Iron Bracelet, and an emote. Yep. Awesome. And I actually like this emote because when I'm invaded, I don't like waiting around or struggling to find the invader. Or when I've summoned people, or am summoned, I don't like them taking off in the wrong direction. So I'll show you guys that here in a second. But it's a good audio cue for people who are in your world. Alright, there's that Silver Serpent ring.
Hey.
Alright. So now we're going to roll down. We're going to put the sword, the coiled sword we got from Gundyr in this bonfire spot, but we're not going to rest yet. Hopefully we'll get the Swordmaster to walk off for an extra 2,200 souls. Then if you started Warrior like me and you killed all the enemies I killed, you should be able to get your Vigor up to 20, which I really recommend high Vigor for new players or players who aren't, you know, very experienced. So I'm just going to be building this character and playing the way that I recommend other people play. Obviously, you're free to play however you want, but I'm just showing you what I think works. Usually if you stand on this stone here and block him, he'll walk off. Oh, yeah, that's fine. We died as well. I'll decide not to quit out. Yeah, because we got the souls before we died, so that's fine. We'll just walk back over there and grab him. I thought for a second he was going to not cooperate, and then he was obviously just barely on the edge, so we'll just hold that one. And this is the last place we rested, so we'll just run up from here. We don't need to... Yeah, we don't need the shield. Obviously, most players are going to want a shield. I tend not to play with one. Later on in the playthrough, probably like post-Vort, I'll start using a shield more. So you guys can see like how it is that I fight certain bosses if I were equipped with a shield. Because I know just roll everything isn't a very good tutorial. So I will show you guys times where you can get safe blocks and stuff in too. But I guess that did save us from having to quit out to grab his stuff, so it's not that bad. We're going to come up here and grab these 2 embers, then we're going to kill a dog and take off to the High Wall. I may have just enough time to get us to that Mimic and kill it. If it doesn't look like we will, I will rush. Actually, no. We'll do some stuff around Firelink after I grab a couple things in the high wall, if it looks like we're not going to have time. Alright, dog dead. These dogs are super annoying. Probably, for me, the most aggravating enemy in the video game. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that. So here, we're going to come to her.
Well, I them to the
We're going to level up to 20. Yep. Not our level, but our bigger.
I should make.
Now, we shouldn't have to worry about health for a while. Next thing we're going to start leveling up is endurance.
Well, you let me.
Alright, so this is Andre. I'm skipping through his dialogue here at the start because we're going to talk to Andre a lot. We're going to get rid of the Ashen one, and that'll give us 5.
Pretty, be careful.
Now we'll take off for the high wall. Now, I'm not going to speedrun any of these areas or anything, but I'm also not going to be fighting every enemy. I'll be showing you guys what I think it's important to grab and the way that I personally would handle each area, which a lot of the time involves not fighting really strong enemies until the run either needs the souls, we want their item, or I'm in the mood for it. I'll also tell you the way I recommend things to be done versus the way that I'm going to do them. Alright. So we're going to light this bonfire, but we're not going to rest at it. There's really no need. Probably won't be dying anytime in the high wall. There's a slight chance I die to the Mimic, I suppose. And, you know, you can always get surrounded by hollows if you're playing poorly. This guy's going to try to stab us. Oh, he actually did. I rolled early. That's okay. We're going to chop him twice. Nice. Oh, did he drop something? No, his head's just really shiny because he's bald. Alright. Chop up the lantern guys every time you see them because they'll just make your life more annoying. Especially this one here. We're going to go give him a chop. We're going to run up here and grab the binoculars because I personally think they're funny. And you can do some pretty comical stuff when you're like being summoned and stuff. We're going to let the sleeping man sleep and we're just going to ignore this guy. Because he's not going to catch us. Can run over the dragon's tail a bit there. And when you turn in here, you should gain access to gold pine resin, and now we're going to sort this hotbar. So in order to pull up this hotbar, on PS5 at least, or PS4 like me, you're going to press the right of your touchpad. I like to put things on that hotbar that I know I'm going to be using commonly, but aren't things like projectiles that I need to have like immediate access to if I'm going to use them. We'll grab this deserted corpse. Now for this dragon, you can bait out an attack by running high and then low, or doing the opposite, but I actually like to face tank this. I find that if I grab this ember and intentionally get hit a bit, do a couple circles, meter roll, get hit by that, then most of these hollows tend to die. My main priority here is them not bothering me during my mimic fight. So we're gonna just do that. Okay. First I like to get rid of this furniture. And it looks like right after the mimic, I'll cut the episode, do a little outro, and then we'll pick right back up in this room. Or we'll pick up at a bonfire if this mimic kills us. So the way you can tell if it's a mimic or not is whether or not the chain is pointed towards you or if it's curled. Sorry, I thought the axe guy chased me for a second. Since this is pointed towards us, we're just going to beat the fire out of it, hopefully. Mimics are pretty dangerous. They can two-shot you for sure, and they can one-shot you if they get that grab and then you don't mash out. But most of what I'm going to do with the Mimic is wait for movement and then roll. Usually you want to roll towards the Mimic or to the left. Ooh, kind of had a feeling that would trade. You really don't want to trade with these guys. There we go. We got a nice stagger there. I'm not going to bother healing. I don't really want to give the Mimic the chance of hitting me. Come on, buddy. Yep. Alright, 2 more chops. He's dead. That should be 1,600 souls. 1,620, I think. 1,650. Awesome. And that'll give us our new weapon, the Deep Battle Axe. Alright, so that's going to be it for episode 1. I'll pick back up in episode 2 right here in the same room, and then I'll show you guys where to go from here.